Welcome back to Sage and the Rage. I'm Rage.
I'm Sage.
And today we're going to be doing a little bit of reactions to the 7.3.5 cinematics that were released with the patch, along with some questline information that we kind of observed and things that should raise an eyebrow for people as we continue forward. Now, the first thing that we're going to talk about is the scenes themselves. We are starting with the Horde here. They're sitting around their table, and you see Bloodhoof kind of raise his glass, and he's like, "May I have a word?" And he's celebrating their victory and talking about how now's the time to celebrate. And then you see our little cane and top-hatted trade prince Gallywix get up off his stool, march by the table with just his head bobbing, which I thought was kind of hilarious in the actual cinematic. And he goes marching up to Sylvanas, and he starts whispering in her ear. And Saurfang's like, what is he up to?
What is this rat talking about?
Yeah, and they call him a rat, and they, say rats can get eaten, rats, plot for all their little things. But then Sylvanas gets up, walks away with him, and Gallywix shows her the Azurite. She looks at it, and instantly she already knows this is it. This is a turning point. This is a source of power.
This changes everything.
That's the exact line that she says. And so, boom, the goblins are down there. Gallywix tells her, I've already got people on it, and they're farming it up. Just like a good little trade prince that he is, because there's money to be made.
Find a new market and take over.
And then we flip towards the Alliance, and we see Anduin and Stormwind, and he's giving a speech, and he says, my father, then he pauses, corrects himself, kind of establish his own autonomy, and he says, King Varian Wrynn knew that a king is not more important than his kingdom, something along those lines. And then we see Matthias Shaw kind of stealthing through the crowd. He stands behind Gen Greymane, who is looking proudly at Anduin, and you hear the stealthing noise to acknowledge that he was stealthing through the crowd. And Greymane goes, Master Shaw. He says, you're back so soon, as if he knew that he was leaving. And then the conversation happens. Shaw says, I need to speak to Anduin now. They speak. Shaw shows him the Azurite. Anduin has the same look on his face that Sylvanas did. Doesn't really know what this rock does, but knows that goblins only do things for one reason, and that's making money. And he knows that if this power falls into the Horde hands, that's a problem.
Yeah, so we're already brewing kind of the pre-war part of Battle for Azeroth. There's this new resource in town, and both sides want it, and both sides don't want either the other side to have it.
So Anduin sends us, at least me, because I'm an Alliance character, down to Silithus to investigate. And you start out by just doing some quests about, gathering some Azurite and stopping some of the goblin forces from getting there. And you turn those in, and then the quest line starts to take a turn. And I'm really curious to see where this quest line goes as we continue with patches moving forward. Because what the quest line has you do then is switch gears to the Crown, is the quote in the line on the text on the screen. It says, the Crown is interested in the Silithid and how they survived and how they're already coming back and evolving and getting stronger. Another quest line that you get is to go to the Twilight Hammer Clan grounds that are now kind of sprang up new and improved buildings. As the video's playing here, you're going to see these structures. They're very reminiscent to what we saw when we played Cataclysm down in Deepholm. And so they're advanced as well. And we get a quest line to go kill their leader because he is emboldened by the sword being stuck into Silithus. And so we have both the Silithid and the Twilight Hammer Clan now being a focal point of a patch quest line. And I don't feel like this is just a throwaway quest to say, oh, we got to deal with these NPCs that were left over here.
Yeah, I mean, banging that old drum again.
Mm-hmm.
The Silithid are known to serve Hu Cthulhu, the old god.
Mm-hmm.
The Twilight Hammer Clan serve not just Cthulhu, but Yogg-Saron and any other old god. They're not too picky there.
They just like, to quote H.P. Lovecraft, Eldritch Masters.
Yeah, but go back to vanilla. The Twilight Hammer Clan were there for Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
The Silithid were there for Cthulhu. We've got old god hints being dropped left and right. And it's a bit hinted at that the Azurite might just be involved with the Silithid's newfound evolution.
Yeah, one of our NPCs gives us a quest and says, they evolve based on what the hive needs at the time. But the question is now, is it the hive mind telling them to evolve? Or is it an environmental thing, like Azurite? And the hive mind, for the most part, in vanilla, we wiped out the hives. Yes, there's probably a new bug that rises up, maybe, and takes control. But Cthulhu himself was the hive mind, and each hive had its own separate hive mind and big bug leader. And most of that was nuked out, yet these bugs are coming back stronger, evolving, and the leaders in Stormwind, when the NPC says the Crown is interested in the Silithid, that's more than just Anduin. That's your leaders, that's your scientists, your war planners, your tacticians. They all want to know what's going on at the Silithid. So not only are we concerned about the battle that's possibly in front of us with, the Horde and the Goblins for the Azerite, we're concerned about the Twilight's Hammer, and we're concerned about the Silithid. And I like how this could be a foreshadowing to how Battle for Azeroth will play out overall. Yes, you're fighting one another for Azerite, but there's also other things that need acknowledgement. And hopefully this is not a throwaway questline, that it keeps building in so that we get to start to see what is really going on in Battle for Azeroth and how it is, yes, the Horde versus the Alliance, but there's so many more undertones that keep this story complex and moving.
Yeah, this is not just going to be an expansion where we fight the Horde fight us. There's going to be layers to this. The Twilight Hammer, from the looks of it, are coming back. You might actually see some old foes return. Cthulhu could be back. Yogg-Saron might not be as gone as people think. You just don't know.
And with Blizzard lore, they bring people back all the time, let's be honest. And as far as just proof of the Twilight's Hammer wanting to embolden and, do things for the old gods, there was at least one point in the comics where Cho'Gall himself tried to revive Cthulhu.
Yeah, that happened. I don't know how canon it is, but it shows that Blizzard has gone down this path at least once or twice before.
So as we move forward, are the Silithid and the Twilight's Hammer something to seriously worry about? What was your guys' impressions of the questline in 7.3.5 getting things kicked off down in Silithus? Having the Azerite start to surface? What are you guys looking forward to? Are you hoping that this is not a throwaway questline and it continues to build a story that focuses on more than just the Alliance and the Horde? Let us know your thoughts down below in the comment section.
We'd love to hear from you, and if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and, let us know what you want to hear from us.
Alright, peace out.